is Aldo Ziko. I'm from Albania, and I'm studying theology here at Newbold College. I'm coming from from a city called Korcha, which is located in southern east part of Albania. And this city differently is called Little Paris. Many think that Korcha was called Little Paris because of the school which was opened in 1918 by the French. It was a French school. But many others say also that when the Frenchmen themselves called Korcha Little Paris, when they came down of the mountains and they saw this city which resembled of Paris in miniature. I love my city. I've been there good part of my life with my family, my parents, brothers and grandparents. My family, parents and brothers, they are Christian Orthodox. I was an Orthodox too till I was 17 years old. We were going to the church regularly every Sunday. I remember many times when my mother was bringing holy water at home, or I remember when she many times mentioned saints' names. One day my sister-in-law invited me to a church which was offering free English courses. I found it very interesting, especially for practicing my English. The name of the church was Seventh-day Adventist Church. I had never heard this name before, and I also didn't ask what it means either. I was so excited, so I could practice my English. From the day on, twice per week, I started to go to these courses. But meanwhile, the pastor of the church invited me to the youth programs during the week and the main program on Saturday. I was curious about everything what was happening, and all this was new to me. Most of the programs were in English, so sometimes I was there translating. I was more than happy to do so, because my English was improving. Meanwhile, I was following different church programs. I started to make new friends and get to know new people. The pastor of the church, Andy Krause, an Australian, gave me a Bible in Albanian. I was reading the Bible mostly in the evenings, and I was learning many new things. I learned also about the seventh day, and I understood why the church was called Seventh-day Adventist. All these new things I learned made me think better of whatever I had heard before from my grandmother or from the teaching of the Orthodox Church. The difference between both churches was huge. More I was going to the Adventist church, and more the gap between those two churches was growing, and more questions were coming in my mind. On the time, Pastor Andy announced that he would start Bible studies in groups. I thought to be part of these Bible studies, so in this way, my questions would get the answer. And yes, more I was following the Bible studies, more answers I found. One day, I took the decision to get baptized, but that decision came like a curse to my family, especially for one of my grandmothers. She became furious, and she said, "We are Christian Orthodox, and what you are going to do is a big mistake." Also, she suggested me to go and meet the high priest of the Orthodox Church, hoping that maybe he would make me think clear about my decision. I didn't want to upset her, so I went. And I had a lot of questions written down for him. And I started with the worshiping, the Sabbath day. Why the Bible says Saturday, but Orthodox Church keeps Sunday? For my surprise, the priest didn't give me those answers. He said, "Aldo, look, many people are coming in my office and many are asking me different questions. I don't have the time to give the answer to all the questions, so instead of this, I want to give you an advice." He said, "If you are going to the Seventh-day Adventist Church, if you are going to get baptized there, it will be very difficult to come back to Orthodox Church. According to him, I would regret and return one day. And to repay my sin, I had to go through some difficult times." He said that if this happens, they will send me to the peninsula of Athos for 2 years away from my family,
and there I had to do hard job. Only by doing these things they would forgive me and accept me back. At the end of the meeting, I was more convinced than ever that I had taken the right decision of getting baptized. All of my family came to my baptism, except of one of my grandmothers. Her heart was broken for betraying my family traditions. I felt sorry for her. I had tried to speak to her, but tradition was so deep-rooted in her mind. Since my baptism, 19 years have passed. My life has changed a lot, for better of course. This doesn't mean that I didn't have challenges. This means that I had Jesus facing those for me. The biggest challenge was when I moved to the capital city of Albania, Tirana. I started to work there for the dubbing department for the biggest TV channel in Albania. Media was my passion at the time, and I got so enthusiastic about it. I thanked God for this opportunity. I started to work, but I realized that the only free day was Sunday. So I thought, how could I keep Saturday? During the winter, I could work the second shift, which started directly after sunset, 4 p.m. But what about summertime? I prayed a lot about it. At the time, I had started to date Susan, which is today my wife and the mother of my child. She was afraid that I maybe lose the job for such a request. I was afraid too. I didn't want to lose such an opportunity. And I wanted to be in Tirana not just for the work, but also to meet and see her daily. I prayed and I took a decision. I went to work and I asked for an appointment with one of my bosses. I had taken a decision that whatever it happens, I wanted to keep the Sabbath day holy. The wife of the boss was in the office. She offered me the chair and asked me to tell her why I wanted to see. I told her that I am a Christian, a Seventh-day Adventist Christian, and according to the Bible, the day in which I should worship God is the Sabbath day, Saturday. I told to her that I could work some extra hours during the week, or I could work even on Sunday, just enough to have the Sabbath free. She smiled and answered to me, "Of course you can have your Sabbath day free," she said. "Even though I'm a Muslim, I know that Saturday is a day of which we should worship God." I couldn't believe my ears. I thanked her, but most of all, I thanked and praised God. He was with me. He provided for me. In that department with hundreds of workers, I was the only one which I kept Sabbath free. Together with my wife, we served God in our local church in Tirana. I've been leading different church programs and have been helping in church planting as a member and as an elder later on. For almost 5 years, together with my wife, we have been working as volunteer missionaries in northern part of Norway, in a small city called Aldo. We found a small group of 8 church members, 10 visitors, and 2 children. We have been uncounted times on our knees about the mission we had to do there. During those years, around 170 people have entered the door of the church. It has been a blessing to serve God there, and the biggest blessing is among us, our sweet daughter, Abigail Linnea. There have been happening so many beautiful things in our life, and for the human mind, one may say, wow, what a coincidence, Aldo. But I know, coincidence is when God wants them to be anonymous. This is the God to whom I'm serving, the God that many of you have experienced in your life, different moments of your life. Out there are many souls that don't know Jesus yet, souls burdened with daily problems, souls with lost hope, souls with no future. I feel the responsibility to speak to them about Jesus, to show them the light that I found in Him, that as me they may say, I have been lost, but now I'm found. Amen.